You ever notice how silence says more than words? How absence creates a language of its own? Stay with me here because what I'm about to share with you might change how you see everything. But before we go deeper, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button right now, not later, right now, because the men who take action immediately are the ones who transform their lives. The rest just consume and forget. Don't be that guy. Subscribe, and let's begin. Let's talk about something real, something most men completely miss. The sign she's thinking about you. But here's the thing. She'll never say it directly. She won't text you, "I miss you." She won't call and admit it. That's not how this works. Women operate differently than we do. Their pride functions on a different level. Their ego has a different structure. And if you don't understand this, you'll misread everything. You'll think she's moved on. You'll think she doesn't care. You'll think you meant nothing. But that's rarely the truth. See, a woman can miss you deeply and show you nothing on the surface. She can think about you every single day and act like you don't exist. This isn't manipulation. This is protection. Protection of her heart, protection of her image, protection of her sense of control. And if you're waiting for her to crack first, you're playing a losing game. Not because she won't crack, but because you're giving away your power by waiting. Let me explain the first sign. She watches you from a distance. She doesn't engage directly, but she's always aware of you. Your social media posts, she sees them. She might not like them. She might not comment, but she's watching. She knows what you're doing. She knows who you're with. She knows if you've moved on or if you're still stuck. And this isn't about obsession. It's about curiosity mixed with longing. She tells herself she's just checking in, just seeing how you're doing. No big deal. But deep down, it's more than that. It's her way of staying connected without risking rejection. It's her way of keeping you in her orbit without surrendering her pride. Now, most guys don't notice this because they're too busy posting for her attention. They're too busy trying to make her jealous, posting gym pics, posting other women, trying to prove they've moved on. But here's the truth. If you're posting to get a reaction from her, you haven't moved on. You're still emotionally attached, and she can feel that. Women have a radar for this. They can sense desperation from miles away. So instead of watching from a distance, she starts pulling back even more because she sees you're not actually over her. You're just performing. And performance is not attractive. Presence is attractive. Groundedness is attractive. A man who's genuinely focused on himself, that's magnetic. That's what makes her wonder. That's what makes her miss you. Not your highlight reel, not your fake confidence, your real indifference, your real focus, your real mission. Second sign she misses you, but won't admit it. She reaches out for surface-level reasons, random questions, old inside jokes, shared memories disguised as casual conversation. Maybe she sends you a meme. Maybe she asks about something trivial. Maybe she comments on a mutual friend's post where you're tagged. These aren't accidents. They're breadcrumbs. She's testing the waters, seeing if you'll respond, seeing how you'll respond, seeing if the door is still open. But here's where most men mess up. They respond instantly. They overreact. They think this means she wants them back. So they pour their heart out. They bring up the past. They ask if she's been thinking about them. And just like that, the mystery is gone. The tension is gone. The attraction is gone because she didn't reach out for your confession. She reached out to feel something, to see if you still affect her, to see if you're still that man she remembers. And when you respond desperately, you prove you're not. You prove you've been waiting for her. You prove she still has power over you. And once she knows that, the game is over. Not because she's cruel, but because attraction doesn't work on certainty. It works on tension, on mystery, on the space between what is and what could be. So when she reaches out, stay calm. Respond if you want, but don't chase. Don't explain. Don't pour out your emotions. Match her energy or give her less. Keep it light. Keep it short. Keep yourself intact. Because the moment you lose your center, you lose her interest. This isn't about games. It's about self-respect. It's about knowing your worth doesn't depend on her validation. It's about being a man who's complete without her. And ironically, that's what makes her want you more. Third sign, she misses you. She brings you up in conversations with mutual friends. She asks about you indirectly. How's he doing? Is he seeing anyone? Did he mention me? She'll frame it casually, like she's just curious, like it doesn't really matter, but it does. If she's asking, she's thinking about you. If she's thinking about you, she's feeling something. And if she's feeling something, she's not as over you as she pretends to be. But again, this is where you need to be smart because mutual friends talk. And if you're out here looking desperate, asking about her, obsessing over her, they'll tell her. And once she knows you're stuck, she relaxes. She stops missing you because she knows you're still there, still waiting, still hoping. And hope without action is just weakness in disguise. So what do you do instead? You live your life. You focus on your purpose. You build yourself. You become the man you were supposed to be. Not for her, for you. Because here's the deeper truth that most men don't want to hear. Whether she misses you or not doesn't matter. It doesn't change your path. It doesn't define your value. It doesn't determine your future. You are not waiting for her to realize your worth. You are creating a life so fulfilling that her absence becomes irrelevant. And that's the shift that changes everything. When you stop caring if she misses you, when you stop checking if she's watching, when you stop hoping she'll come back, that's when you become truly powerful. Because power isn't about control over others. It's about control over yourself. It's about emotional independence. It's about building something bigger than any relationship. And when you reach that point, something interesting happens. She feels it. Even from a distance, even without contact, she feels the shift in your energy. She feels you moving on. She feels you becoming someone new. And that triggers something in her, a fear of loss, a realization of what she gave up, a sudden awareness that you're no longer available emotionally. And now she starts to chase. Not always, not in every case, but more often than you'd think. Because women are attracted to men who don't need them, men who are whole on their own, men who have a mission beyond romance, men who love deeply but don't attach desperately. That's the man she misses. That's the man she can't forget. Not the one who begged, not the one who waited, not the one who made her his entire world, but the one who walked away and built something better. Now, let's go even deeper because this isn't just about her. This is about you, about the man you're becoming, about the patterns you keep repeating. If you're watching this video hoping she comes back, ask yourself why. Why do you want her back? Is it love or is it ego? Is it connection or is it fear of being alone? Is it her or is it the idea of her? Most men don't know the difference. They miss the relationship more than the person. They miss the comfort more than the connection. They miss being wanted more than actually wanting. And that's a dangerous place to operate from. Because if you take her back from that place, nothing will change. The same issues will resurface. The same patterns will repeat. The same ending will come, just slower, just more painful. So before you even think about reconciliation, fix yourself. Understand why it ended. Understand your role in it. Understand the version of you that couldn't make it work and kill that version, not with hatred, but with growth. Become someone new, someone stronger, someone clearer, someone who doesn't need her validation to feel whole. And if she comes back into that man's life, great. But if she doesn't, you're still great because you built yourself for you, not for her return, not for her approval, for your own evolution. And that's the mentality that separates boys from men. Boys wait for women to complete them. Men complete themselves and invite women into their abundance. Boys obsess over signs and signals. Men focus on purpose and let everything else fall into place. Boys need closure and answers. Men create closure within themselves and move forward regardless. This is the frame you need to adopt, not just for this situation, but for every situation, because life will test you. Women will test you. Circumstances will test you. And if your sense of self depends on external validation, you'll always be fragile. You'll always be one rejection away from collapse. You'll always be searching for someone to make you feel like enough. But you are enough right now as you are. Not because of what you achieve, not because of who loves you, but because you exist, because you're here, because you have the power to choose your path. And once you realize that everything changes, you stop begging, you stop chasing, you stop shrinking yourself to fit into someone else's life. You expand, you build, you create. You become the kind of man that others want to be around. Not because you're perfect, but because you're grounded, because you're real. because you know who you are and you're not apologizing for it. And women feel that. They're attracted to that. Not to your desperation, not to your neediness, not to your willingness to sacrifice yourself for their attention, but to your strength, your clarity, your purpose. So here's my challenge to you. Stop looking for signs she misses you. Start building a life so strong that it doesn't matter if she does. Stop analyzing her behavior. Start mastering your own. Stop waiting for her to choose you. Start choosing yourself every single day. Wake up with intention. Move your body. Feed your mind. Work on your craft. Build your mission. Surround yourself with people who elevate you. Cut off anything that drains you. And do this consistently, not for a week, not for a month, for as long as it takes to become unrecognizable to your old self. Because that's when you win. Not when she comes back, but when you no longer need her to. When you're so focused on your path that her absence is just empty space. Space you fill with growth, with purpose, with new experiences, with better connections. And maybe, just maybe, she'll see that. She'll see the man you've become. She'll realize what she lost. She'll reach out. And when she does, you won't be the same guy she left. You'll be better, stronger, clearer. And you'll make the decision from a place of power. Not scarcity, not desperation, not need, but choice. And that's the position every man should operate from. A position of choice. A position of abundance. A position of self-respect. So let her miss you. Let her wonder. Let her watch from a distance while you build something she can't ignore. Something she can't forget. Something that makes her question if she made the right choice. But don't build it for her. Build it for you because you deserve a life that doesn't revolve around someone who walked away. You deserve peace. You deserve growth. You deserve to be with someone who chooses you fully. Not someone you have to convince, not someone you have to chase, not someone who makes you question your worth. And until you find that person, be that person for yourself. Be the one who shows up. Be the one who stays consistent. Be the one who believes in you when no one else does. That's the real work. That's the real transformation. That's what separates the men who thrive from the men who survive. So if you got value from this, do yourself a favor. Subscribe to this channel right now because we're building a community of men who choose growth over comfort, who choose truth over illusion, who choose themselves first. And if that's you, you belong here. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and let's keep building together because your future self is counting on the decisions you make today. Don't let him down.